You are the heroes of the story. Perhaps not superheroes, but definitely protagonists, travelling the lands, fighting foes, counting up the loot, except you're the merry men, the backing group to a Robin Hood, played by your game master, the Scoobies to someone else's Slayer. Your game master has a player character. Uh-oh, how did that happen? And when is the only time I think that's acceptable? Hi, I'm Marcus. I've been a game master for more than 40 years, and if one of your players sent you this video, then keep watching and I'll try to help you understand why. When we talk about the personas in a role-playing game, we use two rather clunky phrases typically: player characters and non-player characters. It's a bit late to find better words for those, although I do agree with James Wallace's rant in the excellent Las Vegas rulebook. But if you game long enough, or have the misfortune to start with one, you'll realise there's a third type, the seemingly player character that is controlled by the game master. Typically, they're more powerful than the player's own characters and or have more plot weight. Perhaps they're a beloved PC from a previous campaign and your GM just wanted to keep playing them. Or maybe they need a way to keep the plot on track and think this is a good solution. It's not. But I'll come to that in a minute. It's not exactly a trap to fall into. It's far more comfy than that. And I did it myself once or twice when I started off as a game master. Games which give the rest of the world the same mechanical rules and numbers as the player's own characters make it easy to stat up NPCs as if they're PCs. And having an NPC you enjoy personifying, tag along on an adventure, or making them prone to dial peril and giving the PCs an escort or rescue quest, that can be a lot of fun. The problem comes when you start leading them around by the nose. This happens, I've found most often, when someone who has been a player becomes the dungeon master and brings their old character with them. If you're lucky, they just exist in the periphery as an NPC patron who boasts about how much better they are than you all, making you all think, well, you go kill the trolls then. But when they join the party and level along with you, staying slightly ahead, their dice rolled behind the GM's screen, this is something that slowly leeches all the fun away. No one enjoys your half-goblin, half-kobold celestial warlock anywhere near as much as you do. And if you're having more fun than the rest of the table put together, that's bad. And the scheduling heat death of your campaign glows ever brighter on the horizon. There's an alternative to a GMPC. Several. The first is ridiculously simple. Never have a character in your player's party. If you have an old character you want to revisit as part of your toolbox, then just use their names or voices, or have them be 20 years older and now running a bakery that doubles as a black market magic shop. Whatever, but don't accompany them. If you are desperate to play the character in a game though, and you want to see how they develop, then don't play them while you GM. Talk to your players about some sort of GM sharing or rotation where everyone has a character, but they don't play them when it's their turn to GM. A cross between troop play and a West Marches style campaign. Combine this with an episodic one per night format, and you might have the perfect solution. What if you can't trust the players to stay on track, make good choices, or have any agency if left to their own devices? Then you need to talk to them about railroads versus plot-driven versus sandboxes. Perhaps they really do just want to bimble around the hedgerows, collecting potion ingredients and talking to the trees. Watch my video about PC group concepts for ideas about mission-based games with agency and action built in. The one situation where I would use a GMPC, maybe even recommend one, is related to this though. If the reason they're lost when it comes to what do we even do is that you're running a game for kids, complete newcomers, especially if it's one or two players only, then having a constant NPC not leveling alongside them in the party might be useful. But my suggestion is that you need to invert the dynamic, not have this person be the leader telling them what to do. Rather than giving them a more grown-up character in-game to emulate the outside world, give them a kid, a younger brother who can blurt out things, wander into obvious plot, need rescuing. What should we do? Well, Junior's about to wander into that lava pit. This kind of focuses the mind. So there you have it, the GMPC. I say just say no. Almost always. If you think you're likely to do this and want to get out of the habit, pick up Root or any other game where the GM rolls no dice. No dice means no player character for the GM. I'm sure you have an opinion on this. Please do add it into the comments downstairs and tell me why it was absolutely necessary for your paladin to come across from Jeff's campaign, or, of course, the most outrageous examples you've encountered at the table. If a GMPC seems easier than creating the dozens and dozens of NPCs you think you ought to have before the session starts, then I have some advice that will drastically cut out that workload for you in this video next. See you soon.